Welcome back to Blue Line Patriot, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Jeremy Dewitte, the Tiger King of police impersonation. So this guy, I guess for the last couple of years, has been getting arrested time and time again for impersonating police. And basically what it is he owns a funeral escort business, and he's got cars that are black and white. They say Metro State on them. They have lights and sirens. They have motorcycles with lights and sirens saying, like motor officers and this sort of stuff. They dress in police officer uniforms, carry duty belts, and so, disobeying, simple traffic, regulations and whatnot. So they attract a lot of attention. And this guy has been arrested for police impersonation time and time again. So I have some bullet points here that I kind of want to stick to so that I can keep some sort of, just so I don't miss anything. I've been taking notes while I'm watching some of these videos, and most of what I see is on Real World Police. There's you can look it up yourself too. The video I was watching, the two videos I was watching just tonight, but I've seen a bunch of them. But the video is Serial Police Impersonator Arrested by Real Police Part 1 and Part 2. But there's a ton of them. I mean, all you got to do is type in Jeremy Dewitte, Dewitte, and you'll find it. And I call him the Tiger King of police impersonation because he's so fascinating to watch and so funny and entertaining to watch. But I also can't wait for him to be put behind bars for a long time. This guy has screws loose like you couldn't imagine. He could do this potentially the right way, but he doesn't. He fabricates things. He lies all the time. He overreacts. He's, it's just... It's entertaining. It's super entertaining, but he's on a one-way street to being put away for a long time, so it's got my attention, and I'm kind of waiting for it to go down. Jeremy Dewitte is a sex offender. Also, he raped like a 15-year-old, or I guess he had what you can consider consensual sex with a 15-year-old girl, but at the same time, it's not consensual because she's underage. So you run into that statutory rape sort of a situation because 15-year-olds can't consent, that sort of thing. There's another girl who's come forward saying that he raped her too. So he's definitely, is the sexual predator type. He says that he was a police officer for the Orlando Police Department, although he never was. There's a video out there too. I have YouTube open up right now on a separate computer that I'm just going to kind of scroll and see if I can find the actual video that I'm referring to. If I can't, then I can't, but hopefully I can scroll and see it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. It's looking like this might be a little difficult to pull up at the moment. But, I mean, you type this guy in, serial police impersonator, you'll come across it. So there's two female officers in contact with him somewhere in Florida. I forget exactly where, and he's wearing a Class A black uniform with, stripes on his arm. Every stripe is supposed to represent like 5 years. So it's just interesting stuff. So anyway, moving forward. So he says he was a police officer for the Orlando PD. He never was. He says he was an Army major or ranger for 15 years and then he jumped into Fallujah, meaning he, airborned himself into Fallujah. It's like, dude, listen, first of all, I don't know about the Army's involvement in Fallujah, but I know the Marines were all over that, and they didn't freaking parachute in. So, it's just more nonsense. So I guess he got himself in trouble pretty recently for insurance fraud because these vehicles, he says, were registered to the company, but they were actually registered in his wife's name, and there's other operators using them. So, vehicle operators. So other people are driving them that aren't supposed to, that aren't actually insured. So there's that. So they arrest him in this one situation, and he's got full police looking uniform on. I mean, patches, badge, duty belt. On the duty belt, he's got handcuffs, flashlight, tourniquet, mace, a pepper ball gun, a baton, a radio, body camera, bulletproof vests, an airsoft pistol. And it's like, man, I don't think this guy understands even just the risk he's putting himself into. You walk down the street looking like a police officer with with all this stuff and an airsoft pistol, and the airsoft pistol, because he cannot legally be armed because he's a felon. Convicted felons can't legally possess firearms. So, so he's making himself a huge target here, and he's wearing an airsoft gun on him. The hell? Like, really? You come under fire, what are you going to do? Somebody needs your assistance. They're going to look at you and think you're a police officer. What are you going to do? So it's an interesting situation. But he reminds me of the Tiger King, because he's got like the same the same voice. So I call him the Tiger King because he just reminds me of, I want to hear him say Carol Baskin, like fucking Carol Baskin. I'm waiting for it. Oh man, so he's got like even the police uniform on. He's got like the Marine Marksman tab on there, and the Marine Marksman badge and all that. And it's just it's hard to watch. It's fascinating to watch because, man, I don't know. I cannot wait until this dude sees his final day in court and gets put away for a long time. And not only that, but like all this time, I don't know what's taken so long for this dude to end up like in jail for, I don't know what's taken so long for the big one to come along, because he was even arrested in Chicago not so long ago, because I guess he was at a Airbnb or something, and he had a rental car. The rental car was parked somewhere it wasn't supposed to be, so the property manager was having the vehicle towed. As the vehicle was being towed, this dude's throwing chairs off of like the 5th floor at this guy towing the car. And so the police show up, and they see him winging chairs down at the guy, and so then Jeremy threatens to shoot him, and so the police pretty much see all this happen. He gets himself arrested again. I mean, Jesus Christ, this guy was no bullshit in Chicago for like 2 days, maybe longer. He might have extended his stay because he got himself arrested, but I guess the story there was he went up to get an ambulance truck, and then they were going to drive it back down to Florida, and it was supposed to be like a 2-day affair, because if he's in Chicago any longer than that, I guess he has to register himself as on the sex offender list, because he's got issues. So this sex offender is walking around looking like a police officer, and it's just not good, guys. It's just not good. So anyway, this dude gets himself arrested in Chicago over that thing. It's like, dude, you're in town for 2 days and you can't behave yourself. What the fuck, man? So he's just not gonna lie, he's definitely interesting. And not only that, but another thing he has on him is a body cam. And this is one thing that keeps jamming him up, is because, listen, I love body cameras. I think body cameras are excellent. If you're a good cop, body cameras are your best friend. If you're a good person out there, body cams are your best friend. If they're great for reports, if you're writing a report and you want to, maybe sometimes I'll have a crash and, I forget, oh crap, what ambulance did they go in? Because I have to put that into my report. And so then I can kind of look back on, the body camera, figure out which ambulance they went to, or maybe I messed up on a phone number. I can go back and double check that information and whatever. So body cameras are pretty good, but if you're out there being a dumbass, like there's one situation where, and I bet there's many situations, but one situation in particular is this dude does an actual like traffic stop on some guy who was speeding around. And the guy asked him, he's like, well, are you a police officer? And he's like, well, I'm a state certified agency. Don't worry about what I am. And like dude, you're recording yourself breaking laws. You're recording yourself committing felonies. So, to make a case against this guy is not very difficult. And I know that there's a bunch of sheriff's departments on his case, and I know they're building this case and making it basically as solid as they possibly can before they drop the hammer. Because it's one thing where you might get this guy, he goes away for 2 years. 2 years later, he's back on the street. But if they can get something super solid where these charges are absolutely going to stick, because they can only charge him with these things once, and then there's double jeopardy. So they got to make sure that they do it right if they're going to do it. So I guess they're coordinating with a bunch of different county sheriff's offices, collecting all this evidence, and I guess when they're ready to drop the hammer on this guy, they're going to get him pretty good, and he's going to go away for quite some time. So it's definitely going to be interesting. So this dude's out there doing traffic stops on people, and he's getting in arguments with them, and he's being confrontational, and he's crossing double lines, and he's zipping around at 100 miles an hour, and he's ordering people around and this sort of thing. And it's like, dude, it's all on camera. You're getting it all on camera, literally incriminating yourself. And I don't know, guys. I just can't wait to see this guy really get the boot. So anyway, if you're interested in, checking out this guy, the Tiger King of Police Impersonation, go ahead and search him up. Jeremy Dewitte, serial police impersonator. I don't know how the hell this guy's still alive. Somebody didn't shoot him already, but whatever. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. Stay safe out there. Stay American. I hope everybody's having a great holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you guys are doing this year. And have a very, very happy New Year. Talk to you later. Bye.